families. So we have the completed morning calendar binder. So it has two things in here actually. It has one section to practice personal information, and then it has a section to practice calendar skills. So that's numbers, the months, days of the week, and seasons, and the weather. So let's go ahead and see how it goes. I'll show you how to use it. So you will see that on the inside pocket there will be an Expo pen. It's a dry erase pen, so you just need a little wiper to clean up anything. All right, so here you'll have icons with letters for your first name. I didn't include it here, but I'll show you kind of what it looks like. So for the next page, you'll also practice spelling your last name. So you can have these mixed up, you can have it in order, whatever challenge your child needs is okay. So you can tell that my name is Miss Kelly. Okay, so you have my name, or your name will be in your binder. All right, and then the next page is where you're going to practice writing. It says, I can write my first name. So what you can do is write the name of your child right here. That way they can have something to copy if that's what kind of prompt they need. And then as they get better at it, as they can memorize it, you can erase some letters. So I erased the R for my name. And then I would have to remember to fill in the R when I'm writing. And then you can take away as many letters as you need. Well, I don't have a paper towel with me right now, but I would erase it with a paper towel or a magic erase marker, whatever works. Okay, and then you're going to write your name as many times as possible, but at least 3 times. 3 times. 1, 2, 3. You don't have to number it, but I like to. Okay, and then you're going to practice writing your last name. So I have Kelly here at least 3 times, but if you want to fit more, you can. And then you go on to writing your full name. Now we practice writing our full name because practicing our first name, practicing our last name are 2 kind of different things once we put them together. So we're going to practice recognizing that we have a first name and a last name, and they go together. So here you see me writing my first and last name. Now we're going to practice our phone number. Of course, this isn't my phone number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, but this is just a model to show you what yours is kind of going to look like. Then we practice actually writing our phone number. And then we have boxes to show that each number has its own space, and then we practice writing it on these 2 lines. All right, and then we're going to practice my address, or your address. So right here I have 123 Teacher Street, and you might want to mix these up as your child gets more proficient. So you need to put the street number, or the house number, the name of the street, and then the word street or avenue or lane. If you have an apartment, you'll have an apartment number here. It might not fit, but we can put it right here. Or we can turn these sideways so they can fit. Okay, and then we'll put the city and then the state. Make sure that your child says California and connects it with this abbreviation. Then we're going to practice writing your address, 1234 Teacher Street, Oakland, California. And then we're going to practice our birthday. So this is my actual birthday, month 1st. I'm not shy about my age. And then, of course, we're going to practice writing. Now, we have our tiles that we're going to be moving around, and that just gives us our fine motor practice. And then writing also gives us our fine motor practice. Then we go on to calendar skills. On the top of this calendar, you'll see all the months, and then some years, and then this calendar. Now I have this filled in, but the rest of your calendars will have it set up for September, so make sure you take them off and then count up all the days. But more specifically, when you're going through this each day after you've already set it up, I want you to count to what day it is. So let's pretend today is Friday the 9th. So we would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Today is the 9th. All right? You don't have to count all of these each time unless you feel like that's what your child needs. So then we're going to make sure to find October, put it here. Then we'll find the year, put it here. Now I'm not sure if I mentioned, but if you need to take away these years or any of these months, if that's going to be too distracting for them, for your child, you're more than welcome to take them off and then put them in the pocket. That's okay. These are very individualized binders, and you can make them work for you and your child. And if you have any questions, you can always ask me. All right, then we're going to practice spelling the month. Now, you have all the letters that you'll need right here, but when you're using the current month, you're going to put the letters down here. And then your child is going to spell the month. And of course, you can mix these up, but if that's too challenging for your child, we can start out with just moving them up. And then we'll practice writing. Now I had September here. Everyone will have the October one, but first you're going to trace. You can see, there's that. And you'll trace, and then you'll practice writing on your own. Now we have the months. You'll see them down here, mixed up. And then all you're doing is you're going to be matching. So you find January down here, next one's February, here, and so on. And all of these will fit down here, they'll just have to be diagonal. And then we're going to focus on sequencing the months, so putting them in order. So same thing as the last page where they were all diagonal. They'll be like this right here, and then you sequence. Then we're going to practice yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So today is Thursday. Today, the day that I'm making this video, is Thursday, so I put that there. Wednesday goes there, and tomorrow will be Friday. And then we're going to match the days of the week. Of course, they'll all be down here. And then, yes, we are going to sequence the days of the week because we need to know what comes first, next, and then next. All right, and so then we're going to practice again. Yesterday was, today is, tomorrow will be, but we're going to write them. So we were moving icons earlier, so now we're going to practice writing. Then we're going to trace the days of the week. As you can see, I've already traced, but this is what it looks like when it's not traced. And then yes, we are going to practice writing. So we trace, we move icons, and then we practice actually writing it. And you have something like this at the beginning of each page. And you're going to practice writing each day of the week. Blah, blah, blah. All right, and then you'll have the weather. So if the weather today was windy, then you'll put windy. Now, here's a graph. We're not going to do that quite yet, but we'll start a month, and then we'll put the first weather there. Then for the next day, we'll put whatever that weather was, and then connect the dots, just so we can show how weather changes over time. Who knows, maybe a whole month is cloudy, so then we'll keep it like that. But this is just an example again. All right, so after weather, then we have seasons. We'll have the extra seasons here and clothing to wear for that season. Now we put them up here because we don't want to crowd this bottom part. We don't want to give our students too many options unless you think that's what your student needs. But most of our students need only a choice of 2, maybe even 3, okay? So don't give them more than 3 choices for clothing or for the seasons. Now you'll also see that I have fall and autumn. They mean the same thing. So I want to teach them, or we can teach them, that fall and autumn mean the same thing. So if the season is autumn, like it is right now, they can put autumn. But if they want to put fall instead, I don't care. Go ahead. All right, both are correct. All right, and then after season, we're going to match them with words and the pictures. And then we are going to match the seasons again, but this time it won't have the word there. They'll have to recognize that winter is the picture of the one with the snow and the tree with the no leaves on it. And then again, fall and autumn, you don't have to use both, but go ahead and try and talk about both. And then yes, you guessed it, we are going to practice writing the names of the seasons. All right, so you have an opportunity to trace, and then you'll write it on your own. Now I don't want you to keep correcting your child and say, no, that's not right. But you can definitely help them. I want them to do this as independently as possible. But some of them might need that hand over hand. But if they're gonna scribble, help them just get familiar with writing. Then we can guide them to making the individual letter shapes. I hope that made sense. But if you have any questions, you can definitely ask me. All right, and here's an example of what this temperature page will look like. So what I like to do is go to weather.com or my weather app, but do whatever works for you. Write down the temperature here, and then I want you to write a line. It can be neater than this. You can fill this up, or you can just leave it right there. It's up to you. And then that is it. That is it for our binders. But we are going to be using these every day because the more we practice, the better we'll be at memorizing our personal information and these important skills that'll keep us independent, as independent as possible. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I hope that your child enjoys this, and I should be delivering them to you soon. Thank you guys, and ask me if you have any questions, email me, text me.